Hello everyone, my name is Moran and today I'll be covering topic how you can actually scale your football academy or soccer academy. So basically you will need two softwares. One is CRM software and another is Bowler's app for player development. In today's video I'll be covering software, a CRM software that you can use in order to organize everything within your academy. So if we dive deeper into the document that I was preparing for you, in the CRM system we will start off with scheduling. So here you have calendars. In calendars, you can use as many categories as you want. So let's say that you want to have a schedule created here. What you would do, you would be able to create a schedule within here and say that you want to be having under 16 team, and let's say that you want to be having it from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. So what you would be able to do, you would be able to simply add one of the contacts. You can create one custom contact that is just for U16s. Let's say mobile is required. I'm just going to use some random number in that case. I'm going to press save. So here you will be able to use that and make sure that you guys have a schedule. So here you can organize all of the schedules, and in case you want to have multiple calendars, you would be able to do that within here. And what this allows you as well, it allows you to simply send reminder notifications regarding your classes. So let's say that you want to be sending notifications 2 hours before you actually have a training session. You would be able to use the reminder functionality. Here you have option contact. Contact means that this reminder would actually be sent over to all of the people that are within the calendar that you added them for a specific group. Let's say that you want to be sending them 2 hours before a reminder that they have not appointment, they actually have training. So you would be changing the body and they would be getting it on email. I know that a lot of people are not checking their emails regularly. So what you can do, you can actually set up an automation. It's called also workflows. And let's say that you want to be having appointment status. So appointment status here, you would be able to choose the actual calendar and everything that is related to that. So once you have the appointment status over here confirmed, you would be able to maybe have a wait function, time delay instead event appointment time. Let's say that you want to be sending them 2 hours before. You would just simply click over here and we can add an SMS. So instead of sending them an email, we can send them an SMS. Hello, this is a reminder for your training session. Please make sure to arrive 15-20 minutes before the actual training session starts. So you're going to press save action, you're going to click save, and you're going to publish the workflow. You want to make sure that you name these workflows according to what they do, because otherwise you're going to be having multiple workflows that are simply confusing you and you don't know what workflow is doing. As we have a bunch of workflows doing a lot of things, such as following up the invoices, making sure that trial classes are being actually held. People, for example, if they book a trial class through the website, we're also sending them a reminders so they don't forget about the trial class that they have. So you want to have good taxonomy regarding what the workflow does. That being said, this is a reminder for training session, and that's how you're going to save it. I'm not going to save this one because this is just an example of what it can do. And let's move on to another things. The reason why you actually want to have this CRM is because it allows you to actually scale. Otherwise, you would be using Excel files where everything will be super unorganized. You'll have a lot of manual work. And the idea behind having a CRM like this is based on saving you a lot of time, making sure that you have everything organized well so you don't get lost in the processes that you have behind the academy. That being said, you can also streamline all of the conversations and all of the channels that you use for the actual communication with parents and players. What you can do, you can use SMS, connect one of the phone numbers that you have within the system, email as well, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. So all of the communication will be actually happening within one single system. So in case you have staff members that are helping you out with the academy, one staff member can just be working on making sure that the communication is going smoothly with your customers. Another thing that the system allows you to do is simply having an invoice system. So in case you want to be invoicing somebody for the let's say February, you would just be creating a new invoice. You would add a product. In our case, we actually do service. It doesn't matter. So you would be choosing one of the packages for your actual service. Here you will be using one of the contacts and you will be clicking send. So basically they would get this on their email and they will be able to send it. But I know that a lot of academies, what we actually do within the academies, we actually have recurring monthly subscriptions. So instead of sending each specific invoice, we can have a recurring invoice that is being sent out every month or every 40 days. Whatever you guys put within the system, it allows you to do that. So you would just be using a functionality that says new recurring invoice. And what the system allows you is you don't want to be following up these invoices manually. And some of the invoices are simply not paid on time. And you, as an academy owner, you got to make sure that you bring that money in, because that's how your company survives and that's how you actually bring in the cash to sustain the business. So instead of following these invoices manually, you would go back again into the workflow and you would use invoice as a trigger. So instead of send, we can say void. Let's say that the invoice is void. Let's say wait. So if the invoice is void, let's say after 2 days, we're gonna be sending SMS reminder, hey, your invoice is still unpaid, blah, blah, blah. And they will be getting a notification, an SMS message that their invoice is still unpaid. So instead of you having to think about it, you simply can use the system and leverage all of the automation it allows you to create in order to make it more efficient, in order to not put focus on the things that can be happening automatically, and you can be putting focus on actual business development. As you can see here, we have some of these automations already built for one of the academies that I work with. So every time we get a submission on either a website form or a meta ads form, they are entering welcome email flow. And what the welcome email flow does is simply explains what the academy does in a nice way. This is the way email actually looks like. So you also guys can manage these emails and everything. And the idea behind having this automation flow is simply moving back people into the funnel. What I mean by funnel is by bringing people to the trial class. So every button within this email is taking people to a page like this where they can choose the category that they suit in, and they can simply click on one of the categories. Let's say that they are TOTS. They can book a trial class and they are able to secure their spot, and this is simply helping you automatically getting the trial classes in. And this calendar or this widget you can install on your website, so every time somebody visits your website, they have an option to schedule a trial class. And once they come in here, they're going to be leaving the information, the phone number, they're going to be leaving email, they're going to be leaving first and last name. And that goes directly into system without you having to put them manually in. So what happens, they end up in contacts. Once they're in contacts, you can have multiple automations reminding them to actually come to the trial class, because people simply forget about these things, because football trial classes may not be a priority for them, but for you is that they actually come. So instead of you having to think about whether they're going to come to the trial class, you do everything that you have in your power to make sure that they are notified, that they are reminded to actually come to the trial class that they have booked. Here, let's say that maybe you want to follow up all of the members. In the Contacts tab, you're able to select all of your members, and you can be sending them an SMS. For example, you guys are going on a camp together, or you're going on a tournament, and you want to make sure that all of the players and parents, they get SMS when they have to be at a certain location, or if you guys are meeting at the club, if you're meeting on a certain ground, you are able to send all of them an SMS without you having to send them manually 100 SMS. So what you would do, I will show back again. You would use send an SMS functionality. Okay, proceed. So around, as I can see here, 74 contacts will be getting this SMS. Hey guys, we're going to meet tomorrow at 8 a.m. And our tournament starts at 10 a.m. So make sure to bring all of your equipment and see you guys there. So it will save you a lot of time. Make sure that everything that you do is trackable, and all the messages that you've sent, they will end up here in the conversations. So they're visible. And there is a lot of other things that you can do. As our partners, they invest a lot into ads, they invest a lot into website, because that is how they grow their business. So all the contacts that have shown interest through Facebook ads, through the website, they end up here in the opportunities. So what it means, they're still not our client, they're still not a player, a member of our academy, and we simply have to establish a relationship with them, and we gotta make sure that they actually come to the trial class. So they end up here in the opportunities section. And here we have a pipeline. The way we want to use that pipeline is we get all the information from one specific contact, and he's currently our new lead. Once we get in touch with him, once we give him a call, we can do that from the system, or we can simply use our normal regular form, or you can download Go High Level app, and this is the way you can establish contact with them. So you're going to be pitching them about your academy, explaining how the academy works. Once they're qualified, you're going to be moving them to a qualified. Proposal sent, if you guys are actually sending them a website link, if you're sending them a PDF, that's where you move them. In a negotiation, let's say that you need to follow them up, you will be putting them in this bracket. And once they're closed, you will be able to move them to closed. And the good thing about this is you can customize everything that you guys see within here. So instead of having these brackets, we call them stages, you are simply able to change them. So instead of proposal sent, you can say trial class scheduled. So you're going to be pressing save. And if I go back to the opportunities, so now you can see trial. I was misspelling trial, but anyways, I'll just be fixing it. You can just come in here and fix. Or you can simply add more stages. So that's the way you want to be working, because you want to have everything organized. Some of our partners, they experience a lot of demand. So they get more than hundreds of requests a month, and they all have to be contacted. All of these players are actually potentially new members in their academy. And in order to deal with high demands, they have to have everything streamlined and making sure that they have a system in place that can deal with the demand that they are facing. I'll be attaching the links to some of my free resources down below. I'll also attach a link in the description where you can schedule a call with me in case you want to get some free insights on how we actually do this with more than 12 academies around the world. So you guys simply use one of the links down below in case you actually want to try Go High Level, in case you want to speak with me. And I'll be closing this video by also telling you that I'll be attaching some of the free resources such as training videos, some of the documentation that I was creating while building many academies around the world. So in case you find it valuable, just use some of the links down below, and hopefully we see each other in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.